Welcome to What If, Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work.
Idaho. And I went out and watched Wood River play a couple days ago. This is a team that could surprise some people.
Hosted by Scott Burton, the Magic Valley Prepcast features the biggest stories happening in your area.
Tell you what, your store.
Or check out each week's episode on the IdahoSports.com YouTube channel, Facebook page, or wherever you download podcasts.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy. It takes courage and determination to do hard things. Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll share.
We have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Welcome to What If, Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open, so you can route your path from what if to what is at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
Well, welcome in to an IdahoSports.com GameStream production of Magic Valley Game Night, coverage on IdahoSports.com and the Idaho Transportation Department. Tonight we come to you live from Raft River High School here in Malta, Idaho. If you've never been to this field, you got to come. My first trip here. Joel, you've been here once. Joel Richardson alongside me here. I'm Lauren Jensen, like I said. Joel Richardson here with me in a conference matchup. Oakley leading the conference. Raft River, on the other hand, they find themselves at the bottom right now.
Yeah, last week, unfortunately, Raft River lost to Lighthouse Christian 12-40. Scott Burton on the Magic Valley Prepcast with Brandon Bainey talked about it being an upset, but a pretty brutal upset, losing to Lighthouse Christian 12-40. Lighthouse Christian undefeated. We're talking to Lauren Jensen, so it should be an interesting one. But yeah, Raft River coming a little bit behind. Oakley coming in hot.
Yeah, so an important conference matchup here, like you said, with Raft River already losing to Lighthouse Christian pretty significantly. So we'll see how they match up with the Oakley Hornets in a fun game here tonight. We want to thank our power boosters, Winning Solutions Marketing, Kelly's Bearing and Steel Supply, AMI Supply, AM Dairy, and Winning Solutions Marketing. We're going to step away for a quick break as we honor our nation and with our national anthem. This is IdahoSports.com.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
We're a Valleywide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valleywide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Dear road rivals, you may have 4 wheels and a similar build, but our resemblance ends right there. Later, Toyota.
Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Well, welcome back here after the national anthem. We forgot about the cannon.
We forgot about the cannon. Got to know the cannon. And Raft River hoping to get a lot of cannon tonight, right? That cannon goes off every time they score a touchdown, and they're going to want a lot of that tonight against Oakley.
Yeah, they're wanting the boom to continue on here throughout tonight, and that kind of woke us up a little bit here. Again, a beautiful night. The sun's setting behind us, the mountains behind us, and so you see that shadow out there across the field. That bald head is me and Joel out there. That's two bald heads out there.
Bald heads, but beautiful bald heads, Lauren.
Oakley introducing their starters right now, and it's 1AD, so, but it's very likely these two, I can't remember exactly, but these two I believe will still be in that same classification.
Yep, so they'll stay in that 1A, and it's all just going to be kind of 1A together.
Correct. So as they continue to introduce these starters, maybe talk a little bit about some of these keys to the game.
Yeah, I mean, look, Raft River got beat last week. I'm looking at a couple of these guys down here, Lauren. This number 58, Taylor, he's going to be a problem. Talon Taylor, he's a senior, one of the few seniors on this team, and he's going to be a big deal for the offensive lineman, all-state offensive line, turned tight end / linebacker, Cooper Beck, he's a senior. Then so Oakley, a lot of weapons, a lot of power, and a lot of points on that roster.
Yeah, they've put up some significant yardage this year, a lot of points. Jeff Davenport, Dave Herring, and Greg Scott. And assistants on the other side, Cody Beck, Jamison Jones, Jake Pulsifer, and Billy Conant. So Raft River in their huddle, getting ready to go out onto the field. And like you said, we are going to see the coaches or the captains meetings out there at midfield after River.
And during the starter intros, Talon Taylor got a big roar from the crowd. So, I mean, we don't have his height here, but he's a tall dude, rising above all those guys on both sides of the field. So, weapon out there. So, excited to see what Talon Taylor does for Raft River tonight.
Bounce around a little bit. Games going on all over the state. Check Gridiron Game Picks. Check those out as well as the games go final. See where you ended up. We have Raft River. The home team is going to get the opening kickoff to start this ball game.
Defense last week, they gave up 340 plus run points on the board.
Lots of field to cover, and so you break some runs out into the whole setup, honestly. This is better field here, so people pull right up to the field. They hit hard, but dropped out at the 34-yard line. That return, yard line.
And good tackle by Thane Stringham to not allow him to get any more yards. Kind of squared him up and brought him down nice and with a lot of strength. So Oakley takes over on 1st and 10 on the 34.
Back in the gun is Raft River. 3 wideouts here to the right, and defense jumped, but so did offense. Man on the outside, Jake Baker jumped. Quarterback there for Raft River is McCoy Spencer. It's just a sophomore. And a false start here as Raft River jumped. And that's the hard thing, is they got Oakley to jump too, but when your own guy jumps, that kind of negates that.
Yeah, Oakley jumped first, but got back to the but behind the line of scrimmage. Raft River still moved though, and so false start, 1st and 15.
Back to pass, Spencer out in the flat, caught, room to run, taking on the tackler, 1st down and more, out near midfield, all the way down to the 47-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Trojans.
And that was Talon Taylor on the reception. He's gonna be a solid target with that height.
And he's a load too. It's not. I'm guessing he's in that 6'3", 6'4" range, but he's 210, 220 out there at that height. Not ball carrier was Blake Tracy, nowhere to go. And I think shooting through for that tackle, it was number 50 for Oakley, Cooper Beck. great job of Beck from his linebacker position. 2nd and 17 now. Pitch into.
We're thinking, let's see if we can attack Oakley's lack of rush defense from last week. But so far, Oakley's have done a good job stopping the rush.
Yeah, a great job on this opening sequence here. Kai Ward was the ball carrier there. This time it's going to be Spencer in the backfield by himself. It was intended for Kai.
There's a hold on the receiving team.
So that'll back him up a little more.
Eight-man football is some of the most entertaining football in the state of Idaho. Lots of offense, lots of scoring. You don't see a lot of punts usually, but first drive yields a punt.
Yeah, and a lot of that just because a lot of times they end up going for it on 4th down, depending on where they're at field position. I mean, had Raft River been on the other side of the 50, they probably go for that anyways.
Absolutely.
On 4th and 15.
Absolutely. Yeah, but too far on their own territory on that 4th and long.
Back to pass on the first play of the game. Caught. Oh, no. Hit immediately, and that ball popped free. Good big hit there by Kai Ward. That intended receiver was number 50 for Oakley. That's Beck.
It was a nice throw. Perfect spiral. Nice hard throw. But Kai Ward, bigger hit, and makes it fall incomplete.
Back to pass again down the middle of the field. Had a step, but he overthrows his intended receiver. That's number 13 out there, Isaac Craney.
Yeah, just over Isaac Craney's head, Lauren. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Craney, like I said, Craney had a step on him, but about 3 yards over the head. And now it's 3rd and 10 for Oakley. Defense is showing up early here. Rush coming.
Great block.
And another big hit separates the receiver from the ball. The big hit coming from one of the littlest guys out there, number 6 for Raft River. That's Blake Tracy. And that'll bring up 4th and 10. I'll tell you what, Joel, a couple big hits and big blocks from both of these teams early on here. 9:57 left in the first.
Yeah, both teams showing some really strong defense. And those hits by Raft River, powerful. They in the woods so far in this first quarter.
So Oakley will set up to punt away. Low snap, gets away from him. Rolls ball the way back to the 1, gets it away, and that is a huge break. And then it hit number 4. So still good field position, but a big break, honestly, for Oakley.
Wow, yeah. I mean, it could have been a blocked punt for sure, but gets it away and gets a nice bounce on the ball and bounces, to the 46-yard line. So, yeah, could have been a lot worse for Oakley. But good bounce, and Raft River will take over at Oakley's 46.
You know, and even with that punt that he got away, it was low. It never really got over anybody's head. It just kind of found a gap in between everybody and took a nice roll.
And it didn't hit anybody.
Yeah,
that was impressive.
So we removed some gloves, not sure, from one of the players. I don't know exactly why.
Too much tack, you know.
Yeah, he had pine tar on him or something.
That's right.
Back to pass again, and big hit at the end of that. Yep, it's going to draw a flag. It was out of bounds. Trying to catch that was Tracy.
Yeah, it was a hit from Cooper Beck. Cooper Beck, 5'11", 170. He's a senior. Cooper Beck is that former offensive lineman turned tight end slash linebacker. And big hit, but late hit, unfortunately. So they're going to get 15 yards.
And it wasn't egregious by any means, but Tracy was basically out of bounds. I mean, right there on the line, there was no chance he was going to catch that, and because of that, drew the flag. Maybe an argument from Oakley, but not much from the other side. So it'll be 1st and 10 now, and lots of movement again.
Yeah, that receiver on the far side, that was, I think that was number 5, Laramie Lara. You know, I was expecting a few more fireworks early on here, Lauren. Again, 8-man football, you get a lot of grass, a lot of open space, and so a lot of chances for big plays, big explosive plays. But so far, kind of tough sledding for both teams.
Yeah, a couple of mistakes, false starts from Raft River. This time a little read option right up the middle. On the run and on the carry is Spencer. He'll pick up a couple of those penalty yards back. It'll be 2nd and 13.
Cooper Beck there on the tackle.
Yeah, you just kind of hold your breath and wait for something to break open here. But right now, both defenses containing very well.
Yeah, keeping everything in front of them.
9:08 and counting left here in the first quarter. Spencer back to pass. Across the middle, it's caught, hit, and dropped, but going to be close to a first down, about a couple of yards short. It's going to be 3rd and 2. That was Barnes, Devin Barnes with the catch. Beck with the stop. So 3rd and short here, down to the 23-yard line. Under center this time is Spencer. Pitch to the backfield. 1st down and more. And then drug down out of bounds. So he gets down to the 15-yard line. Ball carrier was Kai Ward.
Yeah, nice pitch to Kai Ward. Watched him last year in a playoff game with Lighthouse Christian. Kai Ward was a sophomore. A lot of touches and great runs. He's got some great speed, great field vision. And you saw that there on display. Got one block and was able to spring himself for a few more yards.
And it looks like not afraid to take on some contact too as he took on the tackler. They fake it to Ward, rolling out. Spencer, he's got his man in the back of the end zone and left it short. He had him just a couple of yards short. That's a tough throw to make on the run.
Yeah, nice route running by Tanner Tracy, the senior. But it looks like that's going to come back anyway.
Yeah, holding against Raft River will back him up 10 yards. So we'll go back to 1st and 20 now, back to the 25-yard line.
Those play actions to bootlegs are always hard for the offensive line, for the running back who's blocking, because as your quarterback is moving, you want to move with him, but you got to let go if the defense is trying to move as well.
And that time they got caught.
Hands caught in the cookie jar.
Yep. Spencer with Ward in motion behind him. Little option. Spencer has to keep it himself and drug down at the 25. No gain. It'll be 2nd and 20.
64 of Oakley, but I'm not seeing a 64 on our roster. But it's a good tackle.
The tallest guy out there on that line for Oakley, and he's going to make another great tackle.
Tracy gets a handoff, is met immediately by number 64. They do not have a name for number 64.
We were waiting for the name from the PA announcer, and he also doesn't have a name
so
on his roster.
Yeah, hopefully other side, the Oakley fans here tonight can shout it from the other side. Get that number for you soon. But yeah, tall dude and great time, great read there on the run play on the option. Wasn't fooled and tackled for a loss. Back to pass, he throws high. It's a jump ball, and that's batted down, incomplete.
Yeah, really nowhere to go with that thing. He was double teamed and outmanned, out height. You know, he was the shorter of the two receivers out there. Knocked down, like you said. 6:30 left here in the first quarter. 4th and 25. And this, again, here's one of those situations where they're kind of deep in the other end, so they're probably just going to go for it here.
Definitely. Yep. Yeah, not many 8-man teams have a reliable field goal kicker.
And definitely not one that's going to hit it from about 45 yards.
45, exactly.
Right pass, a screen across the middle, and it goes incomplete. Probably not going to be a whole lot there anyways. It was a little short.
Sometimes you wonder if those screen passes, look, if we complete it, at least we don't get the first, but they're deeper in their own territory. But a play call, but incomplete, and Oakley takes over on downs.
Handoff around that right side. Cutting back to the middle now, and there's that open field. Moving down the field, making more men miss with the hesitation run. Down to the 20 now, and finally runs out and takes a tackler with him. Down to about the 14-yard line. Huge run by number 30 for Oakley. That's Bryce Severe.
That's what Bryce Severe does. Cutting out, and like you said, green grass, open space, took it for a huge gain.
All the way down to the 16. Now the option. Pitch out to the outside man. He's going to cut backfield. Ooh, and the head.
Face mask like that, my whole head just starts hurting.
Yeah, that was Talon Taylor who got him up around the head. And hard to see, but more than likely he got him with the face mask rather than up under the helmet. But still, yeah, I kind of see that head whip around a little bit.
Mask, they're unintentional. They're just trying to grab something to slow down the runner.
Rolling right. Hit as he lets go. Touchdown Oakley in the back of the end zone to number 22. Or excuse me, yes, it was 22. Riley Mollard. Nice throw and catch. And it's 6-0 Oakley. First score in this ball game. 2-point conversion. I think a couple of our low 44-yard line. We'll wait for the official signal. Yeah, that's a first down. That ball sitting nose of the football right at the 44-yard line. They only needed to get just beyond the 43.
And we'll be watching Ward. He came off a little bit limber there after tender there after that run.
Slow snap, flags fly, pass complete. But false start on Raft River. So another penalty after a big first down. Another penalty knocks them back 5 yards. 8:32 left here in the first half.
And I mean, it is still early in the season. This is only their third game of the season. It's about, less than halfway through. So you maybe still expect some of these penalties, some of these false starts when you're still trying to figure out, your offense and trying to gel.
Spencer to pass to the outside. It's caught, and it gets away from the defender. Down the sideline.
Great block.
Now cutting back across the middle of the field. It's a foot race to the near touchdown end zone. Touchdown, Raft River. Ruger Ward.
And that, I don't know what was stronger. Was that block stronger or was that cannon blast stronger? That block, Lauren, was killer. Very great block there to spring Ruger Ward to cut inside, and that foot race like you mentioned.
Yeah, you're right. The block, a great block to get around, get in front of that guy, and not lay him out. He just got in the way. That's that crackback block. If he lays him out, you're probably going to get a penalty flag.
Definitely.
He just got in the way.
Yep.
So 2-point conversion. Spencer on the run, going for the pylon, not going to get there.
Oakley came in hot on that tackle, keeping him from getting the 2-point conversion, but not before they score 6.
So 22-14 now. Raft River hanging in there as they get one of those scores back to put them within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. And you think about the game last week against Lighthouse Christian, this is all Raft River scored. They only put up 14 points against Lighthouse. So hopefully, for their sake, they can put up a few more here in this ball game, keep it interesting. with the Hornets. I want to thank our power boosters again, Winning Solutions Marketing, Kelly's Bearing and Steel Supply, AMI Supply, who's also a sponsor for Raft River as well as Oakley, Dutch Goat Auction, got Northern Stone Supply, Impact Athletics, Waibenga Dairy, and again, Winning Solutions Marketing. And if you've seen Winning Solutions Marketing's stuff, they do those great player profiles with the schedule down there, with the advertisers around it. They've partnered with, we've partnered with them here at IdahoSports.com, and they just do great stuff. They work with a lot of schools, especially around here in the Magic Valley. They would love to expand. They've given a lot of money back to the schools from that advertising, so check out Winning Solutions Marketing if you're looking for something like that. Kickoff, gonna bounce right at the sideline. It did not go out of bounds, so he had to just down it out there at about the 13.
What if that ball was going out of bounds? It looked like it was going out of bounds. Would have been a penalty.
And I thought it just died right there on the sideline. Of course, we're a long ways. It was very close, but Sevier just dove on it. And I don't know if it would have been a better idea or not for Sevier to try to pick that up. The defense was coming, the coverage was coming, but a great kick by Raft River to kind of pin him down to the 13-yard line.
Raft River can get one of those stops like they got in the first quarter. They're obviously still in this game, only down 8. And like you said, scored this same amount of points last week now in the second quarter. So good sign for Raft River.
Yeah, the offense clicking right now for the Trojans. The Hornets are going to take a timeout, I believe. Second timeout I think that they've taken here in the half. 7:57 left here in the second quarter. We're going to take that timeout as well. We'll step away. This is Magic Valley Game Night here on IdahoSports.com.
Yeah, I know a little something about myths. Like the myth that speeding isn't dangerous. Oh, and that myth you can tailgate at a safe distance. Or that you could safely weave in and out of traffic. Don't be fooled by myths. You'll get yourself into a hairy situation. Stay focused on the road. Be a legend like me. Have you heard the one about Charlie over in Pale Lake?
Well, welcome back here on IdahoSports.com. Magic Valley Game Night. The Oakley Hornets with the football. They're taking on the hometown Raft River Trojans. Handoff goes to Sevier up the middle. Sevier on the run, breaks free from one tackler. Nobody's going to get to him. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10. Bryce Sevier, touchdown on a 77-yard touchdown run. Excuse me, an 87-yard touchdown run from Bryce Sevier.
He got some great blocks up front, broke up maybe 1 or 2 tackles, and he was off. No one touching him. Great touchdown run by Bryce Sevier.
We talked about Cranny being the speedster, but Sevier showed it off there. That time Cranny diving for the 2-point conversion as he got tripped up, no good. And so it'll stay 28-14 as Oakley goes back up by 2 scores. But again, just one play, 2 plays from scrimmage, and he goes in. It was an 87-yard touchdown run by Bryce Sevier. They start at the 13-yard line. Just a huge run from him. And that deflates the hometown crowd over here just a bit.
Yeah, you find yourself down with 15 or so, and then Bryce Sevier does what Bryce Sevier does best. Breaks tackles, dances a little bit, and is gone.
So 7:41 left on the clock here in the second quarter. Oakley and Raft River, 2 scores just about 40, 45 miles apart. 2 schools that longtime rivals. Right now, Oakley finds themselves on top of the conference where they've been for a lot of years. 3 state championships in a row for the Oakley Hornets.
Yeah, trying to go for 4 this year. We'll see if Lighthouse Christian has anything to say about that.
And again, in that same conference. That ball picked up, coming down the sideline. Good open field tackle, but good return by Kai Ward.
That was a great tackle, like you said, from Coulter Maybe. No maybe there. That was a definite tackle.
Yeah, just a good, as Ward had a nice head of steam, Maybe did not back off, went right after him. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
There are a few jokes in there, but we'll just stick with the with the definite tackle. No maybes there.
Spencer under center, turns around, hands it off to Kai Ward, and picks up 2.
If I'm Raft River, I want to keep this game within reach, right? 28-14, you're down a couple touchdowns plus, but keep playing your game. You've sprung for big gains. You sprung for points. Keep playing your game. No need to panic and try for big stuff. It'll come. It has come, and I think it will come.
Yeah, still lots of time left in this ball game. 7 minutes left here in the second. If they could get us another score here before half and cut it to 1 score, that would be great. Into double coverage and nearly caught. That would have been a great play had he caught it. Intended for Tracy.
Yeah, interesting. McCoy Spencer kind of threw it up, and Tracy saw the ball go up, and he started running towards where the ball was going to be. It was almost like playing in the backyard. Okay, go here. Throws it, and forget who the receiver was.
Tracy.
Tracy, yeah, kind of goes to where that ball was going. Almost caught it.
Yeah, would have been a great catch as he broke between the double coverage. Spencer in the gun this time. Just going to take it on a straight run. And shooting the gap with a nice tackle. That's number 18 for the Hornets. That's Bench. And picks up a couple more, but 4th and 5 now. Sitting at your own 35-yard line. You got to wonder about punting it away here. And that's what Oakley thinks they're going to do. As number 13 back there to receive that's Isaac Cranny. We'll see.
And they got 4 backers. I was wondering if they could maybe take advantage of the far side, but
they do pooch punt. Nice punt, too. A good spiral. Great punt.
Great punt.
From Spencer. McCoy Spencer gets that thing to roll all the way down to the 12. A beautiful punt. That is a 58-yard punt from Spencer.
It's so fun to watch an 8-man football. You can line up as if you're going to go for it, and then you can just punt it. So it really keeps the defense on their toes, keeps the fans on their toes. We weren't sure what he was going to do there.
Yeah, because of where he lined up, it pulled Cranny up to have to play defense, and because of that, no return possible on that great punt. So 1st and 10. Remember the last time the Hornets were here, just on the last drive, Sevier broke free for a big touchdown run.
Here he goes again.
There he goes. This time going to kick up only about 15, but another big run up the middle for Bryce Sevier.
A little bit disconcerting if I'm a Raft River fan, how quickly Sevier was able to get second level. Luckily, Blake Tracy was there, the junior, to stop him from going further, but got second level pretty fast.
Yeah, and untouched. That's 2 big runs in a row for Sevier. This time he bounces it outside of the left, down the sideline, another first down, stays in bounds. Oh, maybe not. He stepped out as he tried to throw a defender out of bounds.
It was amazing. If he hadn't stepped out of bounds, he kind of stood straight up. Both guys kind of sloughed off of him, and he was able to continue running, but stepped out of bounds. So,
but another big 12, 13-yard run from Bryce Sevier. Just in the last 3 carries, he's well over 100 yards just on those 3 carries. So Sevier's got to be pushing close to 150, maybe more on the evening. We're still in the second quarter. down the middle of the field on a slant route, incomplete from Robinson, intended for Duncan.
Yeah, just a little high. Luckily, the defense wasn't going to get it, but neither was Robinson or Duncan either.
So 2nd and 10 now after the incomplete pass from the 39-yard line. 5:02 left here in the first half.
You know, you mentioned this game had been a little bit slower because of penalties, some timeouts. We do got games that are already at halftime, and they're not 8-man games.
Robinson. Option. He's going to keep it himself. Nice move. Now he pitches it after he made the first man miss. Cranny hit and dropped by Kai Ward after about a 4-yard gain.
Whew, interesting decision there by Robinson. I don't know, man. I wonder if he would have kept it, could have gotten maybe a few more yards, but dangerous pitch there. Luckily, it worked out.
I feel like Robinson lives on the edge a little bit. I think maybe that's the way he just lives his life. Likes a little gamble, likes a little excitement. It almost looked like he pitched it back between 2 defenders to his man.
And he plays like that, too. He plays loose, plays free. I've seen him make a couple moves, a couple jukes out here. I like his style.
Pass out into the flat. Good block. Still on his feet as he bounced off a tackler. And a big 10-yard pickup down inside Raft River territory. That was bench again.
Break bench again. Getting a lot of touches in these last couple minutes in the second quarter.
Yeah, just 4 minutes left here, and a score here by Oakley would be a tough hole to dig out of for Raft River. The defense really needing to step up. Robinson back there. Now man in motion is bench. Robinson, slant route. Duncan caught it. Drug down from behind, but another big pickup down to the 25-yard line. And some whistles. There is a flag right in the middle of the field at the 41. It goes against Oakley. Is that a holding penalty?
I believe it was ineligible man downfield.
Oh.
Is that a thing in 8-man?
There's only like 3 guys that aren't eligible.
Right.
So that's a tough one, and it was that call because, dang, it's tough to get downfield. And literally it's the center and the 2 guards are almost the only ones that aren't eligible.
Right. And it was a great route, too. Nice throw from Robinson, right where his receiver could get it. Kind of like a tight end route, pitch and catch.
Robinson will keep it himself, breaks free. Now he's going to get to the outside. He's got room to run down the sideline. Finally knocked out of bounds, but he picks up a first down all the way to the 30-yard line. 3:29 left.
Yeah, the Raft River defense bit on the fake pitch, and Robinson was off. Cuts out to the outside, and nice run from Robinson.
Clock running again now after and I don't think it should have been running because he went out of bounds.
Probably add some time to the clock.
Yeah. Yeah, the clock shouldn't have started because Robinson went out of bounds. They just started it on the reset after the first down, just mistakenly. So 3:29 left here. Robinson back to pass. Steps up. Now he's under pressure. A bullet down the middle. Did he catch it? No signal yet. And they say he caught it. I don't know.
That was hard, and the problem is the sideline ref ran all the way from like the 30-yard line to make that call. Tough call.
Yeah, they didn't know either. Tough spot for the officials there. Like you said, both were a long ways away. Now a little fade route overthrew him, though. Incomplete. Great throw, though, by Robinson to step up and get it there near the goal line. That's a tough one.
Yeah, tough call. I mean, yeah, almost if you're a spectator, neutral, both sides, like, hey, you know what? Don't give it to them. They're up 28-14. Let's keep this game interesting.
Of course, if you're Oakley over there, you're like, yeah, of course he caught it.
For sure.
So nonetheless, now it's 2nd and goal after the incomplete pass from about the 3. Handoff up the middle to Sevier, untouched, touchdown.
Easy run up the middle for Sevier.
Another touchdown for Bry Sevier. And kind of worst case scenario here for Raft River as they had cut it down to 2 scores, had a chance with the ball on offense, couldn't get anywhere, and then to give up another touchdown here at the end of the half. Handoff again to Sevier. He cuts it to the outside, still on his feet for the pylon. 2-point conversion is good. So it is now 36-14. Oakley on top big here with 3:02 left in the first half. We're going to step away for a break. This is East Idaho Game Night here on IdahoSports.com.
Welcome to What If Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work for you and start a dashboard to keep your plans moving forward so you can route your path from what if to what is at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
Welcome back here after the score by Oakley. They will kick off. It's Tracy and Kai Ward back there to receive again. Again, that ball kicked along the ground, takes a nice bounce, picked up in the middle of the field, and carried out to about the 38-yard line. So with 2:55 left, Raft River will have a little time to work here. Return by number 6, Blake Tracy. He was one of the up men. I guess 2nd row deep on the return for Raft River. So the Trojans, they could really use a score here before the end of the half.
Yeah, I think they got a score here to keep this game manageable for themselves as Oakley gets the ball in the second half. So could really use a score here, get them within 21.
Again,
another penalty there, Lauren.
Yeah, and that has just killed him. Multiple drives have started with a motion penalty for Raft River. That one now drops them back to 1st and 15.
And when you're down 22, what you don't want is drive starting penalties where you're already starting behind the sticks at this drive, especially with 2:55 to go in the half when you're trying to score here. Don't want to start 1st and 15.
Back to pass. Spencer looking for somebody down the field, right down the middle, overthrown and incomplete. Went up high. Would have been enough for a first down. Was intended for, I think, Devin Barnes, although there was another receiver in the area. I think it was Tanner Tracy that was there as well. 2nd and 15 now. 2:48 left in the half. In Letter 1A finals, notice 48, and then back to pass, flushing out. Spencer on the run, trying to cut back inside, picked up about 4 or 5 extra yards. Nice run from McCoy Spencer. It'll be 3rd now and about 5 from the 44-yard line. .230 left here on the clock. Raft River at the line of scrimmage. Ward, the man in motion. It looks like an option play. Spencer keeps it himself, dives forward. Going to be about a yard short. So 4th and 1. And I think a good spot to go for it here for Raft River. They quickly get back to the line of the scrimmage. I formation, power formation, turn around, hand it off to Ward. Ward to the outside. Cannot break. He does break free, picking up extra yards. If he'd have been able to break that tackle just a second earlier, he would have had time to run downfield.
Yeah, nice shoestring tackle from Oakley to keep him from getting down the field. And then Raft River was able to call a timeout to set themselves up for this continued drive. Great first down conversion by Raft River's quarterback.
Yeah, and Kai Ward came off the field, hurt a little bit. He's got that left wrist and thumb wrapped up, and I wonder if it kind of got banged again. He is kind of doubled over in some pain. A minute 44 left here as he takes off the helmet after the timeout taken by Raft River to save some time on the clock.
Yeah, excuse me, that was a handoff to Kai Ward. Nice nice fourth down conversion from him, but yeah, he's hurting a little bit. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, really kind of not using that left hand at all, kind of leaving it hanging down by his side. But I bet he'll be back out there here in a couple of plays. And another timeout taken by Raft River, as I think they had a little trouble with where everybody was going to be set out here for the wide receivers. So that a tough one to take right there as they just come out of a timeout. Want to thank a couple of our local sponsors again here for the Oakley Hornets. For over 90 years, it's Clark's for Shopping. They've been the place to go in Oakley for all your grocery, produce, dairy, and now hot stuff pizza. From the entire friendly staff at Clark's for Shopping, good luck, Hornets. And Oakley Valley Stone has been locally owned and operated since 1948. Oakley Valley Stone offers flooring supplies, patio stones, blocks and tiles, and also provides custom cutting of blocks or stones. Call 208-862-3450 or visit them at 204 West Main Street in Oakley. Oakley Valley Stone, operated by Jim and Dave Birch, proudly supports Oakley Athletics. So rolling out, 1st and 10. Pass tipped. It is caught, though, by Ward. Ward gets out of bounds smartly. And, Tracy on the catch. Nice throw from Spencer. I really do think that got tipped.
Yeah, it was really wobbly in the air, but he was able to get it, come back to the ball, get it. And I think because he came back so far to the ball, his defender was kind of thrown off, and he was able to shake his defender.
So they do pick up the first down as well to the 32-yard line. A minute 37 left here. So
plenty of time.
Yeah, Raft River threatening here at the end of the half. McCoy Spencer by himself. Now Spencer's in trouble, going to be drugged down from behind. Nobody was fooled. They tried to release number 4, Tanner Tracy, down the field, but good defense out there as Oakley was not fooled.
Yeah, Tracy was well covered. Quarterback tried to get it to him, made a couple pumps, see if he could get them to get it to him, but it was no dice. Another incomplete pass.
Thrown low, intended for Blake Tracy. That'll stop the clock, but it'll be 3rd and about 17 with a minute 5 left. Ball all the way back to the 40. They've got to get down to the 22-yard line, it looks like, for a first down. So 3rd and 18.
I like these kind of screen passes, kind of out routes from Raft River. I wouldn't be surprised if we see another one of those. They tend to break tackles, one or two tackles. They've been successful with those.
Spencer in trouble, throws it, and it falls incomplete. The question is, was there actually an eligible receiver right there? Or maybe it got tipped because he was being drugged down. He was going to take a sack.
Yeah, Oakley now 2 plays in a row have come in hot, bringing some pressure.
Well, and the clock didn't stop there for a while. So we'll see if they put some more time back on because of the incomplete pass. They're going to say 55, I think.
And 4th and long for the Trojans as they put, 55 on the clock. The problem with 4th and 17, Lauren, is there are no plays for 4th and 17.
You talked about a little backyard or schoolyard football. That's just the Hail Mary.
It's
Everybody
just the Hail
go
Mary,
long.
Yep, for sure. And as we say that, they got 4 wide, but he is under center.
Maybe trying to draw an offsides penalty.
Definitely.
Of course, if Oakley's smart, they will not move till this ball is snapped.
Yep, don't give him any reason.
Back to pass. Across the middle. Caught, and he gets away. Kai Ward trying to find the first down marker. He's going to be dropped short. Kai Ward did everything he could. They drop him about 3 yards short of the first down.
And Kai Ward comes up gingerly again, but did everything he could to get to that first down marker. Just comes up short, unfortunately. But yeah, broke a couple tackles and was able to get to the outside. But Oakley does enough to stop him. Tough break for Ward and the Raft River Trojans there.
45 seconds left here in the half. So defense going to have to step up at least for another play or two here for Raft River. We'll see what Oakley opts to do here before the end of the half.
If I'm Oakley, I'm giving it to Bryce Sevier, seeing what he can do in the open field.
Yeah, he's been hard to stop over the last couple possessions, and he's to the right of Robinson right now. They do go to the option. It's the pitch to Sevier. Sevier, a little hesitation, back to the middle, and they say he went down. Whistles were blown. Sevier disagrees. They have to get set again to snap it. Back to pass. Robinson to the outside, incomplete. So they'll still have another shot here with 15.7 left. 3rd and 10 now. Maybe time for 2 plays if it's a pass play. Other than that, they're going to probably just get 1.
Yeah, I think if I'm Oakley, I'm up 22. I'm just going to run this ball. I don't want to give Raft River any chance for a pick 6.
Back to pass. Robinson rolling to his left. In trouble. Let's go of it. It's a duck, and it's caught. So, not a pick 6, but a pick. And they've got 7.5 seconds left here, an opportunity to score from their 25-yard line.
You know, there's a reason I'm not a coach, Lauren, because a lot of times I am dead wrong. But run that ball, right? Run the ball. Bryce Sevier, even if you lose some yards, the clock rolls and we go into half. But hey, this is Oakley football. They're aggressive. They play tough. They play hard. They play fast. So you're gonna try to get a big play. But throws the ball as he's falling down, gets intercepted, and gives Raft River maybe 1-2 more chances to score here before the half.
We'll see what play call they have here. This is something that looks similar to what they had over here.
Trips right, an 8-man.
Roll the back, now throwing back across the field and knocked down. But with 0.5, quick trigger on the clock down there, gives them half a second left. They'll have one more chance.
Yeah, it's tough to always have that quick trigger, right? When you're the clock guy. But definitely good clock management there by the official downstairs to stop that clock right at the 0.5, right when that ball went dead. So one more chance for Raft River.
0.5 left on the clock here in this first half. One more play available. It's got to be to the end zone. Drone short to Ward. Ward can't get away, though. No, still carrying guys down to the 13.
Wow.
Kai Ward has given it all here in the first half, but that will end the half. 36-14. It is the Oakley Hornets on top of Raft River here on Magic Valley Game Night on IdahoSports.com. We're going to step away for a little break, and then we'll come back with our Next Steps halftime show here on IdahoSports.com. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Make the memories of this game last a lifetime. By downloading the digital game file of this contest, you can have your own personal copy of this game forever. These make great gifts for the student athletes involved. Just click the Order Now button for more details.
Welcome to What If Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work for you and start a dashboard to keep your plans moving forward. So you can route your path from what if to what is at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
Our army of IdahoSports.com action photographers are covering games all over the state. And now we've revamped our galleries to make it even easier to find and order your favorite action shots. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click the Action Photos link in the menu.
Dear Detour, you asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong. Toyota Trucks.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Hello?
I was in an accident.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I have my seatbelt on.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy. It takes courage and determination to do hard things. Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Always entertaining and occasionally controversial, the Magic Valley Prepcast covers every inch of District 4 activities in Idaho.
And I went out and watched Wood River play a couple days ago. This is a team that could surprise some people.
Hosted by Scott Burton, the Magic Valley Prepcast features the biggest stories happening in your area.
Tell you what, your story has captivated the Idaho sporting world.
Just go to IdahoSports.com and click Prepcasts in the menu to get caught up on what you've been missing, or check out each week's episode on the IdahoSports.com YouTube channel, Facebook page, or wherever you download podcasts.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Dear road rivals, you may have four wheels and a similar build, but our resemblance ends right there. Later, Toyota.
Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Well, welcome back. We're at halftime here. 36-14, the Oakley Hornets on top. And welcome into the Next Steps Idaho halftime show. If you're thinking about what's next for your career or education, Next Steps Idaho can help bring you closer to the life you want to lead. So, at halftime here, Joel, kind of a little bit of what we expected here at the half. Oakley up by 3 scores, but Raft River hung around close there early on. Let's talk about the scoring if you want to go through that, Joel.
Yeah, sure. And like you said, a little bit slow to get started.
Yeah.
We got penalties. We had some nice defensive plays by both teams, but at 5:51 to play, who struck first but Oakley? It was that Riley Millard 15-yard touchdown catch. And then at 5:23, Raft River answered. Jack Baker had that 5-yard touchdown catch. After that, McCoy Spencer long run to the 5-yard line. So that tied the game, or it was really close. And then in the second quarter, with 11:52 to play, early in the second quarter, Bryce Sevier 10-yard run from Oakley. 2-point conversion was good. Later on, 9:36 to play, Isaac Craney got the 22-yard catch from Oakley as well. And that 2-point conversion was good. Then finally, Raft River answers with 8 minutes to go. Ruger Ward had that long 70-yard catch where he had that nice block on the north side, far side, north side. and Raft River was able to score, and they were within 7 or 8. Unfortunately, Oakley struck twice. Bryce Severe doing what Bryce Severe does, 87-yarder with 7:41 to play, and then with 3:02 to play, after a nice long drive, 5-yard run from him as well, makes the score 36-14 at the half.
Yeah, and that's the big story, I think, for us is Bryce Severe just having himself a second quarter. Like I said, he's got to be approaching 150 yards, if not more, in that first half, rushing the ball, plus those 2 touchdowns. And so a big, let's see, did he have this one here as well?
He did, yep. So he has 3 so far.
3 scores on the half. So, yeah, Bryce Severe right now, the man in charge for the Oakley Hornets as they lead this thing 36-14. You know, and Raft River's had their opportunities. They took that early lead, 8-6, and then they just kind of hung around, and then all of a sudden we had those explosion of those 2 touchdowns right at the end of that second quarter. But really, they were in this thing, and penalties have been the drive killers for them.
Yeah, unfortunately, they've started a lot of their drives behind the sticks. We talked about those pre and post whistle penalties, just drive killers. And unfortunately, you know, when your defense is maybe giving up some plays, or you're not getting what you need, the last thing you need are self-inflicted wounds. And unfortunately, they've had too many of those, which have caused them to be down by 3 scores.
So 5:05 left here in the half. That's kind of where our scoring and ball game is at right now. It seems it's going to be tough for Raft River to climb back into this. I mean, all of the momentum right now with Oakley coming into the ball game. Oakley, arguably the favorite, obviously. They're leading the conference. They're the defending state champion, 3-time state champions. I mean, they've kind of had Raft River's number over the years. And you got to throw in the loss that Raft River suffered last week, you know, down big to Lighthouse Christian. They lost 40-14. So this thing's looking bleak right now for the Trojans, but still a half of football here to play for Raft River. See if we can pull up and see if there are any additional scores that have come in.
Yeah, we do have a couple of 1A D1 scores. North Gem beats Chalice 24-18. In the fourth quarter, Grace is up on notice 48-0. That game may be over. And then Lighthouse Christian, meaning, yes, the game is over. But if that's the final, right here on what we have, it shows fourth quarter. But I think that game is over. So Grace won that game against Notice 48-0. Lighthouse Christian at the half, 30-14 over Cary. And Murtaugh up 30-14, more or less the second quarter. And then, of course, our game as well. Going up to 4A, 5A, Shelley leading Blackfoot 6-0. Burley up on Preston 15-13, both of those in the second quarter. And Hillcrest leading Skyline 13-12. Interesting game there over in East Idaho.
Yes.
Bonneville up on Idaho Falls 14-0. Twin Falls in the second quarter over Jerome 48-0.
Ouch.
And then in quarter one, we're going North Timberlake leading Moscow 8-6. Highland leading Pocatello in the third quarter 17-7. Thought that game may be a little closer, but Highland is on another level this year. I was talking to my good friend Sean Kane, East Idaho expert, and we both agreed Pocatello was going to make it a game, but Highland, they're just on another level this year, unfortunately, for Pocatello, because Pocatello has a good team, and they're going to make a run at state in 4A. But Highland, man, if they're still underrated, they're not going to be after tonight.
Yeah, they have kind of flown under the radar a little bit in the 5A ranks.
Yeah.
You've seen a lot of Boise schools ranked there. Rigby's kind of fallen out of favor as well with some of their early losses. And so you're right, the 5A ranks, Highland's kind of floating under the radar, but again, that may change after this week.
And then 5A, Bora tied at Mountain View 14-14 in the second quarter. At the half, Capital leading Centennial 13-7. And after quarter one, Cuna over Nampa 14-7. That's after the first quarter. Madison leading Thunder Ridge 28-0 at quarter number one. And we already talked about Highland Pocatello. And then Owyhee leading Eagle at the half 10-7.
So some good scores across the state right there. Of course, you can find all those scores on IdahoSports.com. You can check out the Friday Night Flash. That's where those are sitting at. Those are updated as quickly as we can throughout the night. As, of course, these games start to go final, you will see those finals popping up on IdahoSports.com on the Friday Night Flash. If you've got a score that you can submit it as well on IdahoSports.com, so we have those. Some of those scores are tough to get from around the state, so if you're in one of those outlying areas, send the score in if you happen to be on the site. That way we can get it on there for anybody who wants to see it. Want to thank again our sponsors, our power boosters here on IdahoSports.com. Winning Solutions Marketing, Kelly's Bearing and Steel Supply, AMI Supply, Dutch Goat Auction, Northern Stone Supply, Impact Athletics, Wybanga Dairy, and as again, Winning Solutions Marketing for the Oakley Hornets and the Raft River Trojans. And our halftime sponsor, that is Next Steps Idaho. Huge thanks to them. And thanks again to all of you for watching the Next Steps Idaho halftime show. If you're thinking about what's next for your career or education, Next Steps Idaho can bring you closer to the life you want to lead. Just about 30 seconds left here at halftime. Raft River and Oakley both out onto the field there. Thanks for joining us here on IdahoSports.com for Magic Valley Game Night. We are going to step away for a quick break. We'll come back for the second half kickoff of Oakley and Raft River. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back.
Welcome to What If Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work for you and start a dashboard to keep your plans moving forward so you can route your path from what if to what is at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
Well, welcome back here. We're at halftime and joined by our, I don't know what to call him.
He's our
hometown sponsor here at halftime tonight, Blue Tracy. Blue, how old are you?
11.
He's 11. Blue Tracy. His brother out there is Blake Tracy, number 6, a junior for Raft River. He's had a good ball game, so Blue came up and joined us here at halftime. We're glad he did. He offered us a half a bag of Skittles to get him on the air. I said, you know what, we'll just do this for free. You can keep your Skittles.
Blue, how about, I've heard of the scones here in Raft River. Do you got a scone for us? I don't know, or a cinnamon roll or something delicious?
Don't they have good stuff down there at the maybe? Well, it looked like they were cooking good stuff down there.
Yeah, there was good concessions going. If you're still out here in Raft River and you're kind of on the fence to come out or not, come on out. Come grab some delicious food. Come hang out with Blue Tracy. He's the man. He's given us some insider information on his team. Of course, yeah, his brother Blake Tracy having a nice game. Brother's a junior for Raft River.
Blue, do you have any other siblings? It's just
Guy Tracy and Scout Tracy and Meadow Tracy.
So there's five in your family, five kids. All right.
And Blue, are you going to be on this field someday? Yeah. What's your favorite position, Blue? Center. Yeah. All right. Nice. You'd like to hike that ball.
Hey, you get to touch it
every play. You know, the thing about football, playing touch football with your buddies, is so often it's like 2 people touch the ball the entire game, right? Maybe
true.
4,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But if you're the center, Blue, great call. You're constantly hiking that ball. As well, when we were kids, we used to call it. There was a play called center sneak. Was that just a California thing, or was that an Idaho thing, where the center could hike the ball to the quarterback. Quarterback would touch it, but then the center would just take off with the ball and take off running. We called it the center sneak.
Is that legal?
I don't know. It's not legal, but we thought it was.
That was a great play.
So, Blue, you got to try that play next time, the center sneak,
Center
okay?
sneak.
All right.
Well, we are just about ready here for the second half kickoff. It'll be Kai Ward kicking it off to the Oakley Hornets, and he's just going to kick it over that front line. It's on the move, and great coverage down there by Oakley to dive on that ball. I think that's number 4 that ended up diving on that for the Hornets. That's Briggs Matthews. Good play by him. And that is where Oakley will take over here with the football for the third quarter.
Yeah, a little Pooch onside kick there. And, yeah, like you said, nice coverage from Oakley to not allow that ball to get in Raft River's hands. But I thought it was a really, really nice kick for an onside. For an onside Pooch, well executed, but better execution by Oakley's return team.
So 1st and 10. Hand it off to Bryce Severe. Bryce Severe taking off right where he left off in the first half. He's going to be drugged down from behind, but a big run all the way down to the 16-yard line and for Bryce Severe.
Man, like you said, picking up where he left off. Again, he gets maybe 1 or 2 blocks, but then he just does a lot on his own. Dances, cuts outside, cuts inside, springs himself for a big play.
Bryce Severe has to be near or beyond 200 yards rushing in this ball game thus far. Handoff up the middle, this time to Cranny. The ball pops free, and a first turnover of the ball game covered by number 4, Tanner Tracy.
Exactly what Raft River needs to start the second half. You know, it was a good Pooch kick down here, but Oakley recovered. But fumble down here, Raft River gets the ball. You know, they're deep in their own territory, but man, I thought Oakley was about to score, but behind Bryce Severe's running. But they get the fumble recovery, first down Raft River.
Yeah, big defensive play from the Trojans as another score there by Oakley really makes it difficult for Raft River to stay in this ball game. Now they've got new life. 1st and 10 from their 10 with 11:36 left in the third, and right away another false start penalty on the Trojans.
You know, we're going to sound like broken records, so I'm not even going to say anything.
Okay.
Not even going to say anything.
1st and 15 for the Trojans after the penalty. That has got to be so frustrating, though, for all involved, even those that are making the penalties. But Kai Ward breaks it to the outside. Good run from him down the sideline and driven out of bounds.
Love Kai Ward's running tonight. Just overall his play, you know, every time he comes up a little ginger. Maybe playing a little bit hurt, but having a really strong game tonight.
And it looks like he picked up very close. In fact, no, he picked up the first down. So
yeah.
A nice 15-yard run from Kai Ward.
Hey, if you can get those yards back, all good. But imagine if you had started 1st and 10, you would now be at the 35-yard line, 36-yard line.
So still a long ways to go here for the Trojans. Handoff again, tripped up just behind the line of scrimmage. Falls forward. Does Blake Tracy, older brother of the famous Blue Tracy that's here with us on IdahoSports.com.
And he's got his tropical Skittles. They're there. They're there for the taking. He offered half the package.
If you hear some chomping, that's Joel and I partaking in the Skittles. So it is Spencer back in the gun, flanked by 2 running backs. Back to pass. He's got one-on-one down the sideline, and it's picked off. The ball was a little underthrown. Great coverage by number 22 for the Hornets. That's Riley Mullard. He got in front, picked it off, so a turnover back to the Hornets.
Nice coverage there on by the secondary. And with 10:37 to go, man, Raft River would have really loved to keep that ball. Maybe a little tug on the jersey there, but I feel like that was kind of more 50-50 ball. Better coverage, and Oakley will take over.
Yeah, Mullard did a great job of kind of sealing him off. He got him to the outside and then turned back, looked at the ball, was in perfect position to pick that one off. So Raft River back on defense now. Hornets with it. Robinson, backwards pass. They've got a man wide open down the field. It's number 20. It's caught. He's going to go into the end zone for a touchdown. Bridger Duncan broke free into the secondary. Nobody was back there with him. A beautiful pitch and catch. That ball thrown by Isaac Cranny for a about a 48-yard touchdown pass. It is now 42-14. They spread it out for the 2-point conversion. It's Sevier there with Robinson in the backfield. Post route, Duncan gets all 8 on that drive. As he catches the 2-point conversion, it is now 44-14.
So a little trickery, there from Oakley. The pitch, everyone bites on the pitch, assuming they're going to pitch and run, but no. Pass to Bridger Duncan, who's wide open, no one for yards, and Bridger Duncan, easy score, and then gets a 2-point conversion to go, and now they're up 44-14.
Yeah, just a barrage of scoring to end that third quarter and now to start, or end of the second quarter and to start the third. You know, I love being in small towns. As we had Blue Tracy, we were doing our halftime show, and you were talking, Joel, and he kind of came up here right between us. Just, you know, no care in the world, kind of looking around what we're doing. And I kind of reached down like, hey, what you need? And he's just like, what are we doing? Like, he immediately like, what are we doing? And it's like, all right, he's here with us on the broadcast. Perfect.
Future Idaho Sports color guy, play-by-play.
I love it. Just the confidence. What are we doing here? I love it. So a beautiful night here. Good people around us here at Raft River High School. Right now, though, it's all Oakley on the field. Short kick. Goes between the legs of Kai Ward. He's got to pick it up back at the 5. Now he's in trouble at the 10, and he's going to be dropped at the 12. Tough play for the Trojans with 10:21 left. And again, Kai Ward coming up hobbled.
May have been a Charlie horse.
Yeah.
Or maybe his shoe was coming undone.
Yeah,
now he's walking fine, or he appears to be walking fine.
Yeah, maybe a Charlie horse, maybe a, yeah, there we go, the cramp. That was what the walk was about. It was the cramp in the calf.
And on that return, I thought that ball again was going to go out of bounds.
Yep.
Would have let that one go, but maybe he was afraid it was going to bounce further. So Kai Ward made a decision and picked it up, but cramped up on the play.
Handoff up the middle. Good carry by number 10 that time for Raft River. That's Ruger Ward. And Ward picks up about 7 on the carry. 2nd and 3 coming up. Again, thanks to all of you for joining us on IdahoSports.com. So much on IdahoSports.com. Check out the regional prepcasts. Those are a fun time to listen to. And again, trying to make something out of nothing there on the carry. Nowhere to go, though, for Ward that time. 3rd and 3. And a little new feature, Scott's Thoughts. Not Scott's Tots, like from The Office. It's Scott's Thoughts.
Yeah, every time I listen to those, and as I was preparing for this game tonight, I was listening to the 8-man prepcast. It's not often we get to come out to these 8-man games and broadcast, and as this throws the outside, he's tackled for after about a gain of 8. But those prepcasts, yeah, you get educated, right? I learned a lot from Will Henneke, Brandon Bainey, coach on the 8-man. Learned about some of the teams around the state who play 8-man football. Learned about Raft River, Oakley. So, yeah, learn about the state. Learn about 8-man. Learn about East Idaho, North Idaho, Magic Valley, Treasure Valley. They're great prepcast. Brandon Bainey does a great job hosting and then bringing in experts from around the state to talk about their respective teams.
A first down picked up on the ground on 4th down. Again, carrying that ball, Ruger Ward. And you're absolutely right, Joel. Those prepcasts really are informational. I mean, you get so much information about all the teams across the state, and that's the best thing. If you're looking for information from people around the state, you know, you live down here in southern Idaho in the Magic Valley, you don't really know what's going on up north. But if you jump onto those prepcasts, hey, you can find out about those schools, things that are happening in those schools in your own classification.
And they're usually 30, 45 minutes. Nice pitch to the outside. We'll let this play go.
And a great carry again, another first down from Ruger Ward.
So Raft River having some nice, some positive plays after that 4th down conversion. So moving with that football, but clock continues to run. 8 minutes to play. They're down. They need to score quickly.
They do need to score, and in bunches here. With 8 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter, down by 30 are the Trojans.
Need an explosive play.
Here's Kai Ward, just can't get away from that front line of Oakley as he's dropped for about a 2-yard loss.
And those prep casts, about 30 to 40 minutes. Sometimes they're a little bit longer because there's a lot going on. You know, there was a week when I think one of them went to 50 minutes. I think it was the East Idaho prep cast. There was volleyball tournaments. There was a big cross country invitational. So a lot of news to get to, and they were talking about, you know, some of the updated plays. We'll watch this go.
That pass complete right at the sticks. Going to be very close. And man, they did not give him any forward progress on that. I thought he got driven back. So tough spot, I feel like, for Raft River. But it'll be 3rd and 1 after this spot. Nice catch, though, out there by number 12. That was Devin Barnes, and a good throw from McCoy Spencer. Right now, the Hatfields on top of this rivalry. Sun is gone, the lights are on, and it cooled off. The evening's starting to cool off here in the fall. Catch by number 6, and that is Blake Tracy. Nice catch and a first down again for Tracy. Did you teach him how to do that, Blue?
Blue's here nodding his head like, oh yeah. That's my guy, that's my brother. Doing work there on the field. And Raft River doing work on this drive.
Yeah, down inside Oakley territory, down to the 44-yard line now. 6:26 left here in the 3rd. Back to pass. Out to the outside, Kai Ward cuts it back to the middle, taking on tacklers, and very near another first down to the 35-yard line.
Raft River student section having a good time down there. Cheerleaders doing a good job. We've talked about this a few times, just a nice community atmosphere here. You know, in these small towns, what do you do on a Friday night? You come out to the football game. Hey, you hang out with the Idaho Sports guys, right, Blue? Yeah. Looks like we got a flag here, another self-inflicted wound by Raft River, unfortunately.
So that'll bring it back to 2nd and 6 instead of 2nd and 1.
But the student section, you know, everyone's still here, hanging out. Food's still going. Lots of cars in the parking lot. Oakley showing out here. Their fans across the field there.
I think it might have been button-up shirt night here at Raft River. And backwards hat. That's button-up shirt, backward hat night here at Raft River.
Yeah, I've noticed that. A lot of backwards hats.
Nice yardage back on the run on that play by Ruger Ward. So now back to 3rd and 1. And not even 1. 3rd and about half a foot now. And no, they say first down? He just signaled first down as that ball was sitting right at the 34-yard line. So first down for Ruger Ward on the carry. So the drive and down start fresh here for Raft River. 5 minutes left here in the 3rd, and just the clock really now their enemy.
Yeah.
As they're down 30 here and running out of time.
And great first down conversion by Ruger Ward, but he takes it. He was a little hurt there on the play. He's down here. Hopefully he's okay.
Receivers open. This time it's Tracy with the catch, and he's drugged down. That is Tanner Tracy. Another first down. There were 2 receivers there. Good communication. Tanner Tracy took it. So first down right at the 20-yard line.
We sound like a broken record here. This is a nice drive, but again, the clock against them, clock their worst enemy. That or their own penalties, not sure.
Yeah,
but
both things working against them at this point.
Yeah, so hopefully Raft River can get a quick score here. and keep this game somewhat manageable.
Back to pass, Spencer. It's caught in the flat, knocked down. Good job by the Oakley defense to break up the block there. Was caught by number 8 that time, Dustin Winslow. Well, I thought it was 8. Actually, it might have been 6. It might have been Blake Tracy again on that catch. I think it was. So just got about 3 on the play, 2nd and 7. From the 16-yard line. Pitch to Kai Ward. Kai to the outside. Tiptoeing the sideline. Touchdown, Kai Ward. I didn't think there was any way he was going to be able to stay in bounds, and he got there. And the gun scared me again.
I was watching the cannon this time because I'm watching Kai Ward. That dude's been working all night, and I feel like after every play he's a little hurt, cramping up, whatever it is. But Kai Ward just playing really well. I thought he was stepping out of bounds, but he tiptoed.
Yeah, he was going so hard to the sideline, and just to plant that foot and stay inside the sideline was an impressive move. And he is cramping up there, though, back near the pylons. Get that man some bananas or something. Get those cramps taken care of. He needs some more fluids. But a beautiful run, beautiful touchdown from Kai Ward. With 3:38 left here, it's 44-20 now. A little bit of life back for the Raft River Trojans as they'll get on there for the 2-point conversion. And as an official here, Joel, this is the worst spot to be in, because if I'm that sideline official there, I'm kind of like inching my way over there like, okay, like we need to get him off the field, like, and that's the worst spot to be in because he's kind of hurting a little bit, and it's like, well, we actually need to get him off the field if we can.
Yeah.
Right now being attended to by some coaching staff. Yeah, and here's the conversation, I think, from the official.
And as we wait to help him off the field, hopefully he's okay. It looks like it is just a cramp, but man, feel like he's been cramping up all night. He's again, almost every play he comes up a little bit hobbled, a little bit ginger. But that drive, really nice drive, a few penalties, but mostly a good drive. Unfortunately, it was a good long drive. There were no explosive plays that got them a quick 20, a quick 25 yards to get them close to the end zone quickly. Because I think about 4 minutes were taken off that clock on that drive, and those are 4 minutes they need to get back in this ball game. Here goes a 2-point conversion.
To the pylon, coming back to it, great play. Coming back to the ball was number 11, Ren Udy, and a 2-point conversion is good. So just an 18-point game now. I think I did my math there wrong. 22-point game, excuse me. Adding's not my strong suit. You help me out there, Blue, next time, okay? But 44-22, 3:38 left here in the third quarter. A little bit of life back in the Trojans, but really Kai Ward, kind of the story here is he has been the workhorse, but having a tough time keeping those legs moving and cramp-free. We'll see what he's got left here the rest of the ball game.
We need a bit more work from the strength and conditioning coaches from Raft River, right?
Yeah.
Aren't we paying them to take care of our players?
That's right. I'm sure about a dollar, probably less than $1 an hour with all the time these guys put in.
Oh, for sure. Our hats go off to all the coaches, especially here at the small schools. It can be tough to field a team and get coaches to volunteer and to get paid a little bit. They don't get paid for all that they do, and we're really grateful for them. And of course, just teasing about the strength and conditioning for sure. But yeah, they do a good job, and parents doing a good job trying to keep their kids healthy and strong so they can come out and really entertain us, right?
Yeah. Yeah, good learning opportunities for them, good competition, and that, again, kind of a short kick, just covered right around the 37-yard line by Oakley. And they'll take over from there. They're in charge of this game with 3:36 left here, 44-22 in the third.
Well, go ahead.
Want to thank our power boosters once again. AMI Supply, Dutch Goat Auction, Northern Stone Supply, Impact Athletics, Waibenga Dairy, and Winning Solutions Marketing for the Oakley Hornets. We'll get back to Raft River's power boosters as they take the snap here. Robinson back to pass. Wide open again, and he just led Beck a little too much. Beck came out of there wide open. Robinson was under some duress and just led him a little too far.
Yeah, good pressure from Raft River's front to get to the quarterback. And again, doesn't have to be a sack every time, but hurrying that quarterback, getting him under duress, like you said, can make a big difference when you're trying to get that ball back on defense.
So 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Here's the handoff. And again, right up the middle,
wow.
Bryce Severe. One little cut back to the inside, and he's off to the races. Nobody will catch him. Touchdown number 4 for Bryce Severe.
Like you said, all it took was 1, maybe 2 cuts, and he was gone. Maybe a few decent blocks up front, but really Bryce Severe doing a lot of that work.
Yeah, the front line for Oakley has really opened some holes, starting towards the end of that second quarter here and continuing into the third for Bryce Severe. 4 touchdowns and well over 200 yards for Mr. Severe on the night. 3:21, a quick score from Oakley as they've put up the 50 mark now. Man in motion. Little dump over the middle, threw it behind the intended receiver, Severe.
Fun little play there. I like that play call.
Yeah.
But yeah, just too far to his outside.
So the 2-point conversion fails, but it's 50-22 Oakley.
You know, Oakley lost that game against Kendrick. And listening to Will Henneke and Brandon Bainey talk about that loss, it stung. It stung for Oakley. They were hoping that they would get them this year. They lost last year to Kendrick, and they let this was that Boise battle that happened on the blue, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And they were hoping to get that, but they were kind of out physical in that game. So Oakley, what do? They turn around and they beat Murtaugh, right? 76-30. It was a track meet. And then tonight, they're doing the same thing to Raft River, up 50-22. So I think Oakley took that loss personal, and they've now shown that they're not messing around. They're here to score and score a lot, and they want to win and get to that 4th state championship for 1A D1.
Well, and you talk about Kendrick, of course, they 1A D2, so a classification smaller, but from up north. But they, in the polls, in the coaches' polls throughout the season, they have been like undisputed #1 in that division. Like, no question, they're the best team in that division, and we'll see if that continues. They're looking for another state championship. Just a powerhouse of a football team up there in Kendrick right now. On the return, ball swinging free, but held on to by Raft River.
He gets spun around, and then he got tackled off the spin. Big tackle there from Oakley.
Yeah, Blake Tracy with a big block there. Blue pointing that out as Tanner Tracy on the return for Raft River. Yeah, and that's tough, even though you always think that a bigger division should beat a smaller division, but it's just not always the case. And sometimes you get those teams that are just phenomenal. Of course, Oakley in that category themselves, as they've won 3 state championships in a row, looking for their 4th this year. And that time, Kai Ward thrown down, and again, cramping up that right leg. He can just not keep that right leg from cramping up. But he's going to hobble back out there. It's a tough kid. In fact, now somebody's going to come in for him. It's just one of those things when you start getting those cramps, anytime there's any extra.
Hard to get rid of them.
Yeah, they just don't go away. And he's experiencing that right now. 2:40 and counting here 1 yard on the carry, so 2nd and 9. Third quarter winding down. Spencer slings it outside. It's caught. Gonna be very near a first down. Caught by number 14, Jack Baker. He's got a touchdown catch on the evening for the Trojans.
Yeah, he got that touchdown catch in the first quarter.
Yeah, he got the scoring started for the Trojans. They do pick up the first down on the play. So 2 minutes and counting here in the third. Four wideouts. Spencer, that ball knocked down. He got hit at the line of scrimmage.
Good pressure by Oakley's front three to get to the quarterback and knock that ball down.
Yeah, that was Bryce Severe getting his big hands up in the air and knocking it down. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from the 34-yard line. Oh, big hit up the middle, taken by McCoy Spencer. He got wrapped up around the legs and then finished off up high. Seems to be all right as he heads back to the huddle. 4 yards picked up, 3rd and 6.
Sometimes on those plays, you get hit hard, you hear the ooh from the crowd, you kind of pop back up, like, I'm okay. But sometimes as you walk back to the huddle or back to the sideline here, you're thinking, I am not okay, that hurt.
Well, and just
try to pop up.
Yeah, no way to kind of stabilize himself because he had his legs wrapped up, and then you get hit high, and you're going to go down. So 1:07. McCoy Spencer going to take it on the run again. Another hit and brought down just across the 40 at the 41-yard line, maybe to the 42. So 4th and 3 coming up. You know, take a look at all the teams in the 1A. In that High Desert Conference, you've got Butte County and Grace, both of those teams with 3 wins. Grace with a big win today.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you got Lighthouse Christian and Oakley. Lighthouse on top of that right now just based on the fact they haven't lost a game. Oakley, of course, lost to Kendrick. Notice, who just got, I think Notice won that game. No, that's nope. Grace is who blew them out. Notice on top of their conference, though. Kai Ward on the carry, cannot get to the sticks. He did everything again that he could, just couldn't get there, and they'll turn it over on 4th down back to the Hornets.
Tough running from Kai Ward, kept going, kept turning those legs. But Oakley's defense just swarmed. Better defense than offense. And Kai Ward, despite trying the hardest he could, didn't get to the sticks. Turnover on downs. Oakley football with 15 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
Then, of course, in the White Pine League up north, you've got Logos 3-0 on the season and Potlatch 2-0. And so with the blowout of Notice, you think a little bit about, okay, how good is that Western Idaho Conference in the 1A Division I? We know there's some power here in the Snake River Conference. As Robinson gets rid of it, as he gets hit, it's caught in the middle of the field. First down, a big hit, though, on Robinson. And that was Blake Tracy a split second earlier, and I bet that ball pops free. But as it is, it's a completion. First down, clock running, and now that is the end of the 3rd quarter. So we will move to the 4th quarter with Oakley up big, 50-22. We're going to step away for a break. This is Magic Valley Game Night on IdahoSports.com. We'll be right back.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, And yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Well, welcome back here to IdahoSports.com and Magic Valley Game Night. Probably not the spot that Raft River was hoping they'd be in at this point, but they find themselves down 50-22 to start this fourth quarter. They have put up some more points than they did last week against Lighthouse Christian, but you maybe kind of see a little separation now in the conference of maybe it's Oakley and Lighthouse. Bryce Avere with the carry, breaking free into the secondary and down at the 10.
Bryce Avere is so fun to watch. I've just kind of watched him, a lot of times when we're working the camera, we kind of watch through the camera. That time I was following with my arm and just watching him live, and his feet just move so fast, and he's popping in and out, in and out. Just a treat to watch tonight, Bryce Avere.
4 touchdowns on the night, well over 200 yards on the evening. It'll be interesting to see the final stat. He's got to be approaching 250 easily by now.
Approaching 250 and approaching Idaho player of the game.
Handoff again to Severe as he cuts to the outside, trying to shake a defender. He does. Touchdown, Bryce Severe.
10-yard touchdown, shakes and bakes to the outside. No problem for Bryce Severe. Bryce Severe just playing some maybe not backyard football, but just having some fun playing football.
Yeah, just has put on a show with his feet here tonight. Another touchdown run, that from about 10 yards out. As he adds to his totals offensively. As Oakley lines up for a 2-point conversion. Fade to the back corner. Duncan, great catch for the 2-point conversion. Great body control for the big man in the corner, number 20, Mr. Duncan, and it is now 58-22. A cool breeze coming up here in Raft River, coming out of the south.
A cool breeze from some cool playing by Bryce Severe. I mean, I've said it a couple times already, but really treat to watch Bryce Severe. First time watching him play live, and look forward to many more games. Bryce Severe, maybe highlights and maybe in the playoffs as well. Hopefully, he gets the opportunity to play deep into November. What a fun running back to watch with his moves, his dancing feet, and he's strong as well.
Yes, Bryce Severe, listed at 5'10", 165. And he's a load to carry.
And a load to tackle.
Yeah, absolutely. Short kickoff and a nice hop. Picked up by the short man. And then tripped up. Good open field tackle there. It looked like he had some opportunity to return.
Yeah, Briggs Matthews, the senior. Nice shoestring tackle to keep him from getting any positive yards.
Yeah, that was Devin Barnes on the return for Raft River. So just underway here in the fourth quarter, 58-22, 11-16 left on the clock. Blue, where'd you get all your cash to buy your concessions tonight?
Well, I asked my teacher for some candy.
Your teacher?
Yeah.
Like
My fourth grade one.
your fourth grade teacher?
Yeah, now I'm in 6th grade.
Okay.
And then I went to my mom to get $3 so I can buy a Mountain Dew and put some popcorn.
So Mom hooked you up tonight.
Mom and the fourth grade teacher, man.
Nice.
Raft River. Love it.
Heck yeah. But you're in 6th grade now, though. So that's cool that you could still went
Still
to your
hang
fourth
out,
grade teacher
yeah.
and be like, hey, you hook me up with some Skittles? That's awesome.
But you got to keep your relationship strong, right, Scout? Got to
Yeah.
make sure everyone knows you. Make sure the fourth grade teacher doesn't forget about you, right? Because you never know when you might need some Skittles, right? So, way to keep those relationships positive.
Back to pass. Spencer across the middle, and that's picked off.
Yeah, ball tipped at the line of scrimmage and kind of floated in the air, Easy interception, unfortunately, for Raft River. Easy interception for Oakley.
And we might tack on a few yards, as I think Barnes may have picked up a unsportsmanlike penalty after that.
Yep, unsportsmanlike conduct and few more yards. Again, those post-whistle penalties.
And he immediately walked over and handed his helmet to his head coach down there. That might mean we may not see Barnes back into this game. We'll wait for the officials to give us the actual call on the field as they discuss it. And it's a personal foul, so I'm not sure if it was an unsportsmanlike thing or if there was some shoving that went on, but personal foul against Raft River after the interception. So my assumption is it should be Oakley football. They'll tack on a few yards, and it'll be great field position for the Hornets. 11:11 on the clock.
And if you're Oakley, you're up 58-22. You want to, this might be a good opportunity to get in some guys who don't have as much, playing experience, haven't played as much so far this season, because injuries are going to happen, and you want those guys to be ready.
So 1st and 10 for the Hornets. Man in motion, Robinson in trouble. Taylor fought off the block and at the same time grabbed Robinson and sacked him back at the 42-yard line.
We called Taylor's name a lot early on in the game, but we haven't said his name too much recently. But Talon Taylor still making his presence known, bookending this game, 1st and 4th quarter. Nice job shoving out those tackles and getting that sack.
Yeah, he just drove Bryce Oldham back to the quarterback and then sacked Robinson. Handoff around the outside and a slip as the ball carrier there is Zane Sherfy.
And yeah, sure enough, bringing in some maybe 2nd, 3rd stringers. Zane Sherfy, we haven't called his name tonight. He's 6 foot, 165, and he's only a sophomore.
Yeah, good size out there. Robinson still in at the quarterback, but Sherfy to his right now. And a offsides penalty against the Trojans. That'll get back 5 yards. So it'll be 3rd and about 15 now.
And as Scout says over here, watch the ball.
Yeah.
That's football 101, right? Watch that ball. Wait for that ball to snap.
One-on-one down the near side. Ball underthrown, but that's going to be a catch for the offense.
Wow.
Beautifully done by number 18.
Yeah, Bragg bench. I mean, they were both kind of catching the ball, but Bragg was able to kind of rip it away, and he came down with it. And like you said, underthrown, but still came back to get it.
So a big 1st down pickup all the way down to the 14-yard line. And headlights are on down there. There they go. Now they're off. Some truck headlights down here on the side.
You know when your truck is fancy, when your lights are almost brighter than the field lights.
Yeah, they are. So 1st and 10 from the 14. Robinson changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Backs up there with Sherfy. Handoff to Sherfy up the middle. Sherfy carrying a tackler down inside the 10 to about the 9, maybe down to the 8. Robinson again in the gun. 2nd and 4 upcoming. The Raft River student section staying in the game here. Handoff to Sherfy. Sherfy trying to get to the outside. Taylor says no. Drop for a loss. It'll be 3rd and 5 now.
And Sherfy was trying to follow his blocker. He was kind of trying to push ahead and find that opening that the blocker was trying to create. But Taylor was just bigger and faster and stronger there and brought him down, sloughing off the tackle.
3rd and 5 now. 8:17 on the clock. Handoff up the middle to Sherfy. Sherfy untouched into the end zone. Touchdown, Oakley.
We haven't talked much about this, the offensive line. Of course, 8-man football, it's 3, maybe 4, but usually 3. They've gotten some great push for both Bryce Sevier and now Sherfy.
Yeah, wide open spaces, as they say, for him to run. That's how the country song goes, right, Bo? What? Or Blue? That's how the country song goes, wide open spaces. He doesn't know that. Never mind. Not a country fan? Some country. You're a little young for that song. One's been around for a while. 2-point conversion is good. Sherfy runs it in. And it is now 66-22. And that will typically bring on the running clock once we get back onto the field here. A commanding lead and a dominating win it looks to be coming here for the Oakley Hornets. 66-22 with 8:10 left here in the ball game. You know, and a lot of it's been on the ground for Oakley. They've got some pass plays that have gone for some yardage, but I'd say at least 75% of the yardage has come on the ground for the Hornets. And it's just something that Raft River's had a hard time stopping tonight.
And we started the broadcast talking about, you know, Oakley's rush defense. Would they be able to stop the run from Raft River? Well, the opposite has happened. Oakley turned that on a dime, or turned that on its head, and said, "Stop us on the run." You know, we've seen plenty of explosive plays, but I'm surprised at how much kind of rushing we've seen on these long, drawn-out drives. Something you don't see as much in 8-man football.
Kickoff goes back to Tracy, picked up at the 10, and now he's in trouble. Tracy makes the first man miss, now trying to cut back inside, and he'll get dropped at the 21-yard line.
And Tracy out of breath after that run.
Had to run back to get the football and then take off after he actually retrieved it.
Probably ran 30 yards total, just going back and forth between getting the ball and running east to west.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans. The Trojans, it looks like they're going to fall to 0-3 now on the season. Or did they got
so
a win?
they got their first win of the season was the first game, yes. But in conference, they're going to be 0-2.
0-2 in conference, 1-2 overall.
Yep, that's correct.
Okay.
And, you know, if you're Raft River, these last 7:13 to play in the game, you're playing for pride. You want to maybe get a couple more scores on the board. Play hard, play strong, play for your teammates, play for your coaches, play for yourself, right? Play for pride. Don't give up. Keep playing hard. And this might be an opportunity for them also to get some second, third stringers in and get them some experience, some actual game time experience.
Yeah, McCoy Spencer still out there at quarterback. He's dropped for a 1-yard loss after the run. As the clock will run here, 6:42 left on the clock. On the other side of things, Oakley's going to move to 3-1 on the season. That loss coming to Kendrick, but 2-0 now in conference.
And like you said earlier, I think there's no doubt now who is number one, not just in the conference, but maybe in 1A D1.
Yeah, Oakley, they are the defending state champions, and, you know, Lighthouse Christian's going to have something to say about that as we go through the season, but those two right now standing out as the leaders in this conference. I think that's Spencer again on the run. Nowhere really to go. Picks up that lost yard, but it'll be 3rd and 10. From the 21-yard line.
As it's gotten later, we're looking at the lights and a lot of kind of bugs flying around the lights.
Yeah.
It's out here in rural Idaho. Just really cool, really fun night.
To the outside, the ball's thrown out of the hands of Tracy. Incomplete. Now 4th and 10 from the 21. Clock continues to run with that 40-point cushion.
And looking at last week's, talking about Oakley, last week's win against Murtaugh, they scored 76. Tonight they score 66. So 142 points in 2 games.
You're happy.
My goodness, Oakley.
Yeah, as a basketball team, you're happy to score that in 2 or 3 games.
I mean, we don't see that in basketball often,
yeah,
right?
That's true.
Both boys and girls basketball, that's not often you see those types of scores. So good for Oakley to get their offense going after their loss to Kendrick.
And Sevier picks up a very short punt. That punt only went, from the line of scrimmage, only went 9 or 10 yards.
Yeah, Barrett almost got the first down.
Maybe. And Sevier picks it up, return for about a yard to the 28. So a net of 7 yards on that punt. And things kind of gone from bad to worse here for Raft River in the second half. They hung around in the first half. They had their opportunities. And then Oakley really came alive and broke this thing open.
And that's when you know you're a good team. Can you wear teams down over time, over the course of a game? Can your run game not just get established, but really start motoring and run over teams? And Oakley has done that tonight. They've shown how good of a team they really are.
Robinson hands it off. This is ball carrier number 4 for Oakley. He's looking for more room to run. Still on his feet, taken down at the 20. That is Briggs Matthews, the senior listed as a wide receiver. It could be Camden Cranny as well. It might be Camden Cranny. No, that's Briggs.
That's Briggs, yeah, number 4.
Cranny's listed at 5'4", and that kid's well over 5'4" down there. That's Matthews. Tackle, that's right. Tackle made by Blake Tracy on the play. And then up the middle, not going to get the first down, short. Good tackle again there in the middle by number 43 that time.
Yeah, again, if you're Raft River, you're playing for each other. You're playing for pride. Can we stop this potentially final score?
And they're going to get another tackle for loss there. That time it was Kai Ward that came up with the tackle.
Limping up. Poor Kai Ward playing really hard tonight, playing strong, but keeps coming up limping. Nice tackle for a loss from Kai Ward.
Back in the gun. Different quarterback in there this time, I believe. For the Hornets, that's number 16 that was in there at quarterback this time. And, of course, we don't have him listed. That might be Laramie Lara.
Oh, sorry, did you say 16?
Yeah, it might
for
be
Oakley?
Laramie Lara, yeah, for Oakley. He's not listed as a quarterback, though, so, but if it is, that's, yeah, because we don't have a 16 listed here for Oakley, if I'm looking at the right.
Yeah, we got Yahir Alvarez.
Oh, yeah. I thought that said 18.
18 was Breakbench.
You have a different.
Oh, we're talking about Oakley?
Yeah. I have a different lineup than you have.
Oh.
That's interesting.
Well, whoever you are, number 16, good try. And, hey, I like that. I like bringing in the backups to get them some actual game time experience. You never know when your name's going to be called in football. So get them some actual experience. And yeah, it was a broken play, unfortunately, for Oakley, for those backups. But you learn from those. You learn from those mistakes, and you know what you can practice during the week.
Yeah, it was a turnover on downs by the Hornets, so a good defensive stand from Raft River with just under a minute left here. And now they find themselves in 2nd and 9. Spencer and then Blake around the outside. Blake Tracy, good carry out across the 30. It's going to be 3rd and about 3 with 30 seconds left in this ball game.
Maybe time for one more play there.
Yeah, if they hustle, they may not get it off if they don't. 20 seconds and counting. And as this counts down, we are going to award our IdahoSports.com Player of the Game, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. And that can be none other as this final play at the gun. They do pick up a first down. It's Tracy again on the carry. And the gun goes off. But our IdahoSports.com Player of the Game for the Oakley Hornets is number 30, Bryce Severe. He had 5 touchdown rushes and well over 250 yards rushing. Just a dominant performance by Bryce Severe, number 30 for the Oakley Hornets. That IdahoSports.com Player of the Game presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. And so congratulations to you, Bryce Severe. We have gone final here in this one as the Oakley Hornets beat the Raft River Trojans 66-22. We'll step away for a little post game. We'll be back. This is Magic Valley Game Night here on IdahoSports.com.
Make the memories of this game last a lifetime. By downloading the digital game file of this contest, you can have your own personal copy of this game forever. These make great gifts for the student athletes involved. Just click the Order Now button for more details.
Yeah, I know a little something about myths. Like the myth that speeding isn't dangerous. Oh, and that myth you can tailgate at a safe distance. Or that you could safely weave in and out of traffic. Don't be fooled by myths. You'll get yourself into a hairy situation. Stay focused on the road. Be a legend like me. Have you heard the one about Charlie over at Pay Lake?
Welcome to What If Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work for you and start a dashboard to keep your plans moving forward so you can route your path from what if to what is at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
Our army of IdahoSports.com action photographers are covering games all over the state. And now we've revamped our galleries to make it even easier to find and order your favorite action shots. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click the Action Photos link in the menu.
Hello?
I was in an accident.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I had my seatbelt on.
Welcome back here to IdahoSports.com. We have gone final here on Magic Valley Game Night. The Oakley Hornets come up here to Raft River and defeat them 66-22 in a dominant performance, especially by their running back, number 30, Bryce Severe. 5 rushing touchdowns, and just by his stats from rushing his touchdown rushes, he had to have well over 200 yards rushing tonight. Dominant performance by him and Oakley. You can see why they're probably the favorite so far to win it in the 1A Division I.
Yep, they continue to stay strong in the polls, and obviously in the preseason polls picked by coaches, and then the weekly media polls, weekly, and some of these come bi-weekly coaches polls. Oakley is number 1. Yeah, they lost to Kendrick, but man, they came back after that Kendrick loss, beat Murtaugh handily, and tonight beat Raft River handily in this rivalry game behind Bryce Severe. This is going to be a tough team, Lauren, to beat moving forward. Wouldn't be surprised if they're able to continue to dominate going into late October and into the playoffs in November.
Yeah, a lot of weapons on that team. Even Robinson, their quarterback. There were times when everybody was keying on the run. They were keying on Severe, and so Robinson just kept
I'm
it
just
himself.
throw it.
Or throw it, yeah. Sometimes he kept it himself on some read option stuff. Sometimes he threw it, and he's able to pick up yards. And not the biggest kid on the field, but when nobody's hanging on to him. And that front line for Oakley really opening up holes, blocked very well. Very few penalties for Oakley, while on the other side, Raft River had a bunch that really hurt him.
Yep. And we talk about those drive-killing penalties before drives could even start, right? They would start behind the sticks, 1st and 15. After the play, something might happen, and they would go back 5-10 yards. So Raft River, some things to clean up, some things that they can learn for sure. They had some injuries in this game tonight. Oakley going to come away mostly unscathed. Raft River, some things to think about moving forward as they get deeper into conference play.
Yeah, 0-2 in the conference right now for Raft River as they've lost to Lighthouse Christian and now to Oakley. So they've got a lot of work in the season going forward. Next game they will play at Valley. Sorry, that was Oakley playing at Valley?
Nope, sorry, that was Raft
playing
River.
in Valley next game, and then next game Oakley will be home against Cary. So that's another good matchup. Cary always a strong football program as well over the years. So that'll do it for us here tonight. Once again, though, we want to congratulate Bryce Sevier, number 34, the Oakley Hornets. He's our IdahoSports.com player of the game, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. Huge congrats to him on a monster night here in this rivalry ball game. Well, that's going to do it here for Joel and I. This has been an IdahoSports.com game stream production of Magic Valley Game Night. Coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Valleywide Cooperative, Next Steps Idaho, your local Toyota dealers, and the Idaho Transportation Department. This broadcast was also made possible by all of our great power boosters. Those include Winning Solutions Marketing, Kelly's Bearing and Steel Supply, AMI Supply, Dutch Goat Auction, Northern Stone Supply, Impact Athletics, Waibenga Dairy, and again, Winning Solutions Marketing. Huge thanks to all of them. And our local sponsors tonight and for our ball game for Oakley, that is Clark's for Shopping and Oakley Valley Stone. Special thanks to the athletic director here at Raft River and everyone else here in Malta for all their hospitality and helping us get this game broadcast to you. Again, congratulations to our player of the game, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. That is Bryce Sevier. And thanks to all of you for joining us as the Oakley Hornets defeat the Raft River Trojans by a score of 66-22. For my broadcast partner, Joel Richardson, and everyone else behind the scenes here at IdahoSports.com, I'm Lauren Jensen saying have a great weekend and good night. We'll catch you next weekend.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to Idaho